welcome to the Unit 3 test modified read aloud. If you need some more time between the questions, please pause the recording. Here we go. Question number 1. How is the modern periodic table arranged? By increasing atomic mass, by increasing atomic number, by increasing atomic size. Question 2. The rows of the periodic table are called classes, periods, groups. Question 3. What is true of elements across a period on the periodic table? They have similar properties, they have similar names, they have different properties. Question 4. What does the periodic law state? When elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic size, there is a recurring pattern to their physical and chemical properties within a group. When elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic number, there is a recurring pattern to their physical and chemical properties. When elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic mass, there is a recurring pattern to their physical and chemical properties. Question 5. Choose the most correct statement from the options below. Be sure to consult a periodic table. Magnesium and chlorine are in the same group and so will have very different physical and chemical properties. Magnesium and chlorine are in the same period and so share very similar physical and chemical properties. Magnesium and chlorine are in the same period so will have very different chemical and physical properties. Question 6. Arsenic is a metalloid. How many valence electrons does arsenic have? 3, 5, 4. Question 7. As you move down a group on the periodic table, the number of valence electrons increase, decrease, stays the same. Question 8. What does the period number of an atom indicate? Period numbers are equal to the number of valence electrons in an atom. Period numbers are equal to the number of orbital rings in an atom. Period numbers are equal to the size of an atom. Question 9. 3 of the following atoms listed have 4 orbital rings surrounding their nucleus. Which one only has 2? Carbon, potassium, bromine. Question 10. Consult the periodic table. An electrically neutral atom has the valence electron configuration of 4s2. What is the name of this atom? Calcium, boron, tin. Question 11. Which of the following describes the location and energy of all the valence electrons of an electrically neutral atom of sulfur? 3p4, 3s2, 3p4, 3s2, 3p6. Question 12. As you move down a group on the periodic table, atomic size or radius generally increases, decreases, remains the same. Question 13. Which of the following has the largest atomic radius? Fluorine, a fluorine atom. Chlorine, it's a chlorine atom. Or Cl-1, it's a chlorine ion. Question 14. We know that a neutral atom of bromine is larger than a neutral atom of magnesium because group number tells us how many electron orbitals surround a nucleus. Bromine is in group 7A while magnesium is in group 2A. Period number tells us how many electron orbitals surround a nucleus. Bromine is in period 4 while magnesium is in period 3. Bromine and magnesium have very different physical and chemical properties. Question 15. Choose the largest atom from the following list below: nitrogen, sulfur, rubidium. Question 16. Choose the most electronegative atom from the following: potassium, magnesium, chlorine. Again, potassium, chlorine, magnesium. Question 17. Which of the following best describes the term electronegativity? A measure of the ability of an atom to pull electrons towards itself, a measure of how negative electrons are, a measure of how much electricity an atom can provide. Question 18. Which of these elements has the least attraction for electrons in a chemical bond? Oxygen, fluorine, nitrogen. Question 19. Which of these elements has the greatest electronegativity? Oxygen, fluorine, chlorine. Question 20. Elements from period 3 and their respective ionization energies are pictured in the graph below. The graph may help you answer the following question, but you don't need the graph to answer correctly. Which element in period 3 is most likely to form a cation? Sodium, silicon, argon. Question 21. Elements from period 3 and their respective ionization energies are pictured in the graph below. This graph may help you answer the following question, but you don't need the graph to answer correctly. Which element in period 3 has the lowest ionization energy? Sodium, silicon, sulfur. Question 22. Which of the following categories includes 2/3 of all elements? Metalloids, metals, nonmetals. Question 23. Which of the following is a characteristic of nonmetal atoms? Nonmetals often conduct electricity. Nonmetals are not ductile. Nonmetals are often shiny and hard. Question 24. What is the best classification for the atoms oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur? Are they all nonmetals, alkali metals, alkaline earth metals? Question 25. Of the elements vanadium, lithium, and krypton, which is the nonmetal? Lithium, vanadium, krypton. Question 26. Choose the true statement from the following. All of the inner transition metals are radioactive. All of the inner transition metals have valence electrons in an f orbital. All of the inner transition metals are bigger than the main group elements. Question 27. Which of the following elements is a metalloid? Argon, tellurium, calcium. Question 28. Metals are very good conductors of electricity while non-metals are not. What does this say about metalloids? They can sometimes conduct electricity, and when they do it as well as metals. They are more like metals and conduct electricity just as well as metals. They can sometimes conduct electricity, but they do not do it as well as metals can. Question 29. The intertransition metals area of the periodic table contains atoms of which type? Lanthanide and actinide series, noble gases, halogens. I didn't mean to click that one. I was just trying to get something off of the screen. That does not necessarily mean that's the correct answer. Question 30. Which of the following shows three elements in order of increasing conductivity? Germanium, oxygen, manganese, manganese, oxygen, germanium, oxygen, germanium, manganese. Question 31. Which of the following lists the elements in order of increasing malleability? Selenium, tin, antimony, antimony, tin, selenium, selenium, antimony, tin. Question 32. Match each element to its correct electron configuration of outermost highest energy electrons. We have silicon, barium, aluminum, strontium, lithium, bromine. 6s2, 4p5, 2s1, 3p2, 5s2, and 3p1. Question 33. How does the electron configuration of elements within the same group compare? They all have their valence electrons in the same energy level. They all have their valence electrons in the same type of subshell, which is referring to S and P, D, and F. They all have their valence electrons in the third energy level. Question 34. Of the following, which information is obtained by looking at the group numbers of elements? Group A number designations 1A through 8A. The number of electrons that will be gained or lost by an atom to fulfill the octet rule. The number of valence electrons in an atom, both A and B. Question 35. Choose the element from the list that best fits this description. This element is in a family of elements that have characteristics of both metals and nonmetals. It is often used as a semiconductor in electric circuitry, but it is not malleable. Tellurium, calcium, argon. Question 36. Match the following elements to the family group to which they belong. Nickel, cesium, antimony, strontium, argon, iodine, alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, metalloid, transition metal, halogen, and noble gas. Question 37 is an open-ended question. Explain why an atom with 7 valence electrons and 2 energy levels has a high electronegativity and ionization energy. And the last question, also an open-ended question, number 38. Which element's atoms have a neutral electron configuration that ends in sp3? Describe how you arrived at the location and identity of this element. This is the last question on the test. If you need any help, please let me know, and good luck.